This event took place about a week before Halloween this year. I work a night shift at a restaurant, and usually by the time my shift is over, it's completely dark outside. After my shift ended, I started walking home. I was strolling down the street when I decided to head to the nearby park for a quick 5-minute break. As I entered the park, I noticed 2 people sitting on a bench, dressed in costumes, one as Santa Claus and the other as a bunny. At first, I thought they might be mannequins or large dolls, but after seeing their hands move, I realized they were real people. I felt a little scared by the way the bunny was staring at me. I quickly abandoned the idea of resting in the park and continued walking towards my house. About 10 minutes later, I arrived home. I laid down on the couch to relax, when suddenly, someone started banging violently on my front door. I was startled by the loudness of the sound. I went toward the door, and a man aggressively shouted, "I know you're in there. Hurry up and give me back what you stole from me." I looked through the peephole and saw the same man who was wearing the Santa Claus costume earlier, pounding on my door. I said, "Excuse me, you have the wrong house. Please leave me alone." He shouted angrily, "Hurry up, you dirty thief! Give me back my money! Hurry up! Hurry up!" He was forcefully pushing the door, trying to get it open. I yelled back that I was going to call the police immediately. At that moment, they suddenly calmed down. To my utter surprise, the Santa said, "Happy early Halloween! We were just pulling a Halloween prank." But I was so terrified, I nearly wet myself. In the end, I didn't call the police, and I just hope it really was just a joke. This story goes back to last Halloween. It was supposed to be the best night of my life, but it turned into my worst nightmare. My friend and I had planned to go out and have a blast, just to wash away all the stress we'd been through lately. Since I live near a gas station, we agreed I'd wait for him there. I was standing by the pumps, and in the silence of the night, I noticed something. About 50 meters away, there was a guy in a strange, tattered costume. He wasn't moving, just staring right at me. I thought to myself, what the hell is this jerk's problem? Why is he looking at me like that? I tried to ignore him. 10 minutes passed. My friend still hadn't shown up, but that guy was still there, locking eyes with me with that same frozen stare. I was getting creeped out and annoyed. I shouted at him, "Hey, what's your problem, man? Looking for your girlfriend? She's not here, buddy." He didn't react at all. It was like he didn't even hear me. Just then, my phone rang. It was my friend. He said his stupid car had broken down and asked if I could walk over to his place. So I started walking. But I hadn't been walking for more than 5 minutes when I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around and my heart stopped. That guy was following me. But this time, his hands weren't empty. A large machete was glinting in his hand. At first, I tried to calm myself down. I thought, come on, maybe he got offended by what I said, or maybe it's just a sick Halloween prank. But no, the way he was running, that heavy silence, it didn't feel like a joke at all. I started sprinting. He sped up too. I saw a passerby on the street. I wanted to scream for help, but the guy just laughed and shouted, "Yeah, run! Get him before he gets away." He thought we were playing a game? Can you believe that? My life was in danger, and he was cheering him on? The gap between us was getting smaller and smaller. I was running out of breath. From the bottom of my lungs, I let out the loudest scream I could. I was lucky there was a police patrol nearby. They heard my scream and rushed toward us. As soon as I reached the cops, I looked back, but the man had vanished. When I explained what happened, the officer said that since it's Halloween and everyone is wearing masks and costumes, finding him would be nearly impossible. They drove me to my friend's house, but that stare and that machete still haunts my dreams.
My friend Ethan and I had planned to go over to Jacob's house, another friend of ours, to spend the night playing PlayStation. He had mentioned he got Diablo 4 and we could play 3-player co-op together. On the way there, a man in a pig costume was standing completely motionless. When I saw him, I said, "That costume really suits you, buddy. You should wear it every day." And then we burst out laughing. Ethan went up and stood right in front of the strange man and started doing weird dances. It looked more like he was mocking him. I was laughing hysterically. We let it go and headed towards Jacob's house. We were about halfway there when Ethan said he needed to use a public restroom nearby. 5 minutes later, Ethan came running towards me yelling, "Run!" That strange man was chasing us with a meat cleaver. As he ran, he was threatening us, shouting that if he caught us, he would slice us down the middle into 2 unequal halves. After running for about 10 minutes, he finally gave up chasing us, probably because he seemed to have gotten tired out.
If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.